Sergio Michel, and I'm here with Geekazine. And standing next to me is the legendary Chris Poland of Megadeth and NAMM fame. What's up, Chris?
How you doing, Sergio?
I'm doing great, man. How's everything?
I can't complain at all.
Awesome. Well, we're enjoying this wonderful SoCal weather at the 2018 NAMM show. And tell us a little bit about what booth you're working at today and where people can see you.
I have my Schecter Poltergeist at the Stone Tone booth because I use the granite block on my guitars. It's been great, man. People are getting interested in the blocks, and it's obvious we have two guitars there, one with a block, one without a block. And when guitar players play the block and then they play the thing without a block, they just go, whoa. So it's working out.
Yeah, it's blowing them away.
Yeah.
But for our viewers who don't know, what would be the benefit for them to get a Stone Tone block?
Sometimes, if you get a stock Floyd, that block, it's fine, it works, and, it might work for whoever, and that's great. But if you swap your block out, which is the thing that the spring's attached to, when I met Rob from Stone Tone, he handed me a block, and he said, put this on your guitar and let me know what happens. And I took the block, and it took me 2 months to even have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And when I put it on there, it was like the notes were exploding off my fretboard. Not even before I even plugged it into an amp, I could hear the difference from my hand, without being plugged in. So I got all excited. And then once I heard it, I called him up and I said, I need 4 more blocks. And that's how our, relationship started. So it's very good for legato. It's very good. It's very if you're a very Al Di Meola type of staccato player, you'll like it because it responds really fast. But if you do legato, it has so much sustain that if you have the right amount of gain, you can play anything you want.
What else is going on? What new bands and what other projects are you working on?
I just finished the Redemption record, the latest Redemption record.
Yeah.
The singer from Evergrey is singing on it. I'm so excited about that record for those guys. I mean, I was just a guest. But that record that record hit me, man. And I think everybody's going to know who Redemption is next year.
Now, knowing, obviously everyone recognizes you from Megadeth. You have a style that kind of defined a genre. You helped build what thrash metal is, kind of with that loose jazz kind of flowing lead over a very aggressive and precise rhythm.
You know what? A lot of that had to do with Gar. Gar brought swing Mustaine kind of invented it.
Yeah.
And Gar brought something else to it. And then me and Gar are more it was kind of like me and Gar were whatever we brought. And then Dave and Dave brought what they brought. And while it lasted, it was a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, it was pretty untouchable. So you would say in that incarnation of Megadeth, you and Gar played off each other and kind of built on the foundation that Dave and Dave have already put down?
We had a horn section. Gar's brother Stu could write music, so he would write stuff out for the horn section. And we were doing really complicated jazz fusion stuff.
Right.
Even though I have no idea, what I'm playing. But I would just play the stuff that, we would write stuff and show the horn section stuff, and luckily I didn't have to write my stuff out, and Gar's brother would write it out for me. So
great.
But so when we joined Megadeth, I was like, man, this is super challenging. This is just like what we were doing. It's just now I just have to have this other sound, which I dug anyway.
Yeah.
Because I grew up. I was I'm not young, so I grew up with Zeppelin and just all that kind of stuff back in the day, Jeff Beck and Deep Purple, and so I knew how to get a heavy sound. But with Dave, it was different because Dave had all this spider chording and all this really cool shit going on. So me and Gar were totally really happy to do it, because it was challenging.
Awesome. And as far as your gear, have you remained in the vintage Marshall 4x12 kind of headspace, or?
You know what? Just recently, I wanted old Plexi Marshall power amp sections because I'm a rack guy.
Yeah.
And I had been using power amps, and I was never really happy with a power amp because it's not the same as a real amp.
Of course.
And so I bought these two Marshall DSL 100H heads, and I put a 3 Henry choke, and they're both classic tone transformers, and then I put the Plexi output transformer in it.
Okay.
And because all I use is the power amp section. So now I have two flexi, power amps, and I've used 6 CA7 power tubes.
Okay.
Like the old Van Halen,
Right.
the big bottle things.
Right.
And I'm as happy as a clam, man. I just
Well-
want to thank all my fans, especially Megadeth fans. There's no fans like Megadeth fans, man. Just to the end, man. And all the Ohm fans, they're the same. And if anybody's in town in LA, we're at the Baked Potato on February 22nd. So.
Well, all right. Well, guys, thanks for watching Geekazine. This is Sergio Michel with Chris Poland, and we'll be here at NAMM. You should show up because you have 2 days left.